So when the Horns guy showed up at the Capitol on January 6th, a window was broken, a couple of other things got messed up. 5,000 FBI agents and employees wasted their time on that investigation over the past 4 years. That is 40% of the Bureau, plus or minus. Elon Musk, this guy is on top of everything. He called it an insane misallocation of resources, and it absolutely is. Who's to blame? Joe Biden, Democrats, the media, and the FBI, Christopher Wray, probably first and foremost. He has resigned in disgrace. He did not want to stick around for this portion of it, but before Kash Patel shows up, can't happen soon enough, the FBI seems to be at their old tricks, trying to deceive us, the people, trying to pretend the last 4 years didn't happen. And they're just a good old-time law enforcement agency, not at all political. Don't believe it.
I'm Brian Driscoll, and it's my honor to be representing the men and women of the FBI as acting director.
Where did they get this guy? Nobody knows, but he is in charge of the FBI. And as soon as they get that job, they really like making these videos. Chris Wray would never, ever, ever stop. Just trying to, there's something about the FBI director, narcissism. Maybe it's a leftover from J. Edgar Hoover.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Wray, the FBI director.
And isn't that really cool? Isn't that great? Yeah. Well, here I am with all this power, and we are going to try to convince the American people that we weren't weaponized over the past 4 years, that we did not allow ourselves to be used, that we did not try to sabotage the 2016 election of President Trump, his entire administration, his re-election in 2020, hiding the Hunter Biden laptop, you name it, they did it. But they think they can fool us with this tough on crime talk.
I want to take a few minutes to share with you some of the important work these men and women have been doing across the country and around the world every day to keep the American people safe.
Safe. Seriously, where did they get that guy? They spent an incredible amount of resources going after the January 6ers, all right? They promoted it. They were relentless. It was what they were all about. As we have pointed out on this show many times, they sent a SWAT team to law-abiding American citizens like Christopher Cuny, all 7 agents showing up. Boom, 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 boom. Never committed a crime in his life. A tank in the front, a tank in the back. And how about when they just showed up at school board meetings and church and hassled all kinds of people, taking names? We are not going to forget this stuff. But they think they can fool us. And even when they fool us, or try to, they reveal themselves. Check this out.
The 10 most wanted fugitives list has been helping the FBI apprehend dangerous criminals for 75 years. In that time, we've located or arrested nearly 500 fugitives on the list, including 2 just the past week. Donald Eugene Fields II, who was arrested in Florida on charges of child sex trafficking and child rape.
Well, sounds like a really bad guy, and he is. But I was curious, did the FBI really arrest this guy? No. He was actually arrested by a local police department. He was apprehended Saturday, January 26, following a routine traffic stop conducted by Lady Lake Police Sergeant Michelle Bilbrey. And there's the FBI taking credit. What else are they exaggerating and distorting?
And Arnaldo Jimenez, who was taken into custody in Mexico on murder charges.
Murder charges? What murder charges? What about the murder? Very vague, right? I looked that one up too. He killed a woman in 2012. He's been running around the world for 13 years, and Mexico got lucky and found the guy, right? This is a game they're playing. We've grown up. You can't pull this, you can't get away with this stuff anymore. All right, what else have they been up to?
Today, we're announcing the addition of Fausto Isidro Mesa Flores to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list. Known as El Chapo Isidro, he's accused of spending the last 20 years flooding the United States with fentanyl, cocaine, heroin, and other deadly drugs.
20 years. Well, for the past 8 years, you've been hassling MAGA, hassling President Trump, and not conducting the mission. They're very, very big about the mission, at least talking about the mission.
We will never take our eyes off of our mission, protecting the American people and upholding the Constitution. Because at the Bureau, we're focused on the work. And people we do the work with, our partners, and the people we do the work for, the American people.
Yeah, and they're trying to exploit our natural reverence for law enforcement, right? And use that against us. Use that as, well, somehow, just forget everything. You understand that we're just tried and true crime fighters. They're not. Strzok and Page, colluding to sabotage the 2016 election. The Hunter Biden laptop, in possession of the FBI for 3 years, and they played all kinds of games with that. They wouldn't acknowledge it, even though everybody was talking about it. Let's see, the documents at Mar-a-Lago, and on and on and on. And this most egregious, I think, hassling ordinary Americans, 5,000 of them, 5,000 agents going after people who just didn't have all that much power. Elon Musk sees right through it, and I think every reasonable American sees right through it. And that's an amazing time. And I want to stay on Elon Musk for a moment. He's getting a hard time from all the right people, okay? They can't stand that President Trump has a wingman. I think it's great, and I think his tweets are awesome. Check it out. This guy is one of us. I love America. I loved every bit of jingoistic propaganda. I believed it hook, line, and sinker. Now, let's make it all real. He's not afraid. Now, you know why I said 2 years ago that my pronouns were prosecute Fauci. USAID is a criminal organization. And he's relentless, by the way. It's very hard to keep up with his tweets. He's all over it. And now they're all over him and President Trump, trying to suggest that this friendship is illegal.
He is a private citizen. No one voted for him. No one confirmed him. And yet Elon Musk and Doge, empowered by President Donald Trump, are attempting a hostile takeover of the federal government.
Now, just a reminder, Musk was never confirmed by Congress, and he has several huge conflicts of interest with the federal government.
Critics say the moves and Musk's involvement in particular are illegal and unconstitutional.
You know, it's only been two weeks now, and Elon Musk has already shown us that he's the worst president that this country has already had.
Adam Schiff's cousin, maybe, that guy? Look, it's good and right that President Trump is hanging out with this man who's brilliant and the richest man in the world. You know what the Obamas did when they showed up in Washington, D.C.? They told everybody they didn't want new friends. They were just going to socialize with the friends that they had in Chicago and maybe one or two more, a rapper or an actor or somebody like that. Obama's best friend during the White House years was Craig Robinson, his brother-in-law. Now, what did Craig bring to the table? He lived at the White House, basically. He was a college basketball player and a basketball coach. That's great, but it doesn't actually bring a whole heck of a lot to the table for America. Who's his other best friend? A guy named Nesbitt. I'm sure he's a nice guy. They like socializing. That's fine. Marty Nesbitt made a killing in the parking lot business. No problem there. And then Obama made sure that everybody knew he didn't like people, he didn't like politics, and he was home at 6 every night having dinner with his family, including his mother-in-law, who did live at the White House. And that's all nice, but it doesn't make for a great president, right? Trump and Musk together. This is an unbelievable partnership. You saw them when they went to see Elon Musk's latest rocket launch. And it reminded me very much of John F. Kennedy and von Braun, Werner von Braun. He was like the architect of the space program and the Atlas rocket. You see, von Braun and Kennedy got us to the moon. Trump and Musk are going to get us to Mars. And it's awesome, and it should be celebrated. They're going to make this a legal thing, all right? And they shouldn't. President Trump is allowed to get advice, whether it's from a waitress in Las Vegas, like the no tax on tips thing, or the richest, smartest guy in the world. Next, please. The machine gun. This was one of the most important advances in the history of warfare. firing bullets at a massive rate. Amazing. Changed warfare. The tank, something else that was really a game changer as far as war. How about the airplane? That was something else that really just made warfare, brought it to the modern era. Then, of course, the nuclear stuff, right? The A-bomb, the H-bomb, and the rest. And now we have this. Have you seen this thing? Turn it up. Well, actually, it's called the Helios, and it's silent. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The U.S. Navy tested this system developed by Lockheed Martin, a direct energy weapon. Can destroy warships and drones, maybe even aircraft, destroys targets by melting them, launched by the USS Preble, and it is a directed energy weapon. Can you imagine? It's bad enough if you get shot down in something. Now you're going to get melted. You will be melted. Well, it is a massive step in the right direction, and quite frankly, I've had my suspicion about how they've been experimenting with this stuff, and we still don't know enough about it. It was tested sometime over the last 6 months, and this is all we got. We deserve a lot more, but I'm glad we developed it. Stay with us. President Trump made a huge amount of news over the past 3 hours with Benjamin Netanyahu and holding court in the Oval Office and doing it with supreme confidence and ability. It was truly amazing. We'll be right back.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.